Continuing with our theme, signs of overcommitment. You've now entered into your emotionally fit room. I just spoke to a coaching client recently, and they said to me, Cate, I really want to do this, but I just feel so much guilt when I do that. So we were able to unpack this guilt that this individual had had, how it was misplaced. We were able to even take it back to its source of in childhood, of how he felt it wasn't okay to say, this is what I need. So I'm inviting you to be thinking about the emotional toll that overcommitment has on you. You may be feeling more anxious. You may be feeling inadequate. You might be experiencing imposter syndrome. You may be feeling frustrated, resentful, discouraged, maybe hopeless. I want you to know that these are very normal reactions when we're overcommitted, and we need to give ourselves more grace. Back to my client. When this individual was saying that, when they were setting a boundary, they felt this tremendous guilt. And I said, remember, it's important. Just say what you mean, but don't say it mean. And their response was, well, I know my pattern is that I hold it in, and then boom, I bark, and it doesn't come out very well. Can you relate at all? So it's really important that you own your power now. You're feeling the emotional jarring or the roller coaster that comes with overcommitment. And how do we get ourselves grounded? We get it by being mindful. Number one, identifying that, I feel like my emotions are running riot here. So I need to take some time and just sit. For me personally, I'm a huge fan of being by the water. It just does something to me. It allows me to connect. I bring a journal and a pen. And so it's been really helpful for me just to make it about me and allow me to tune into how I'm feeling. I know our schedules can be very full, and you might say, Cate, I have no time. I just want to challenge that a little bit to say, but do you have time to have a pooper scooper later for whatever it is you just said, that overreaction because of the emotional charge that you had in that situation? So I just want to normalize, first of all, what you're feeling when we look at the emotional toll of overcommitment. The strategies are really important, and that is around being more mindful. How can we make sure that when we look at a glance at that mind map I mentioned last week and take a look at what do I need to delegate, what do I need to let go of, and most importantly, remember, sometimes that B plus is really an A plus given the circumstances. You got a sick kiddo at home, you've got a skeleton staff, you've got some on sick leave, you've got some of them, or on vacation, whatever it might be. There's lots of juggling going on. So we've got to, I think having high expectations is wonderful. However, they need to be realistic expectations. So the client that I mentioned, we were able to talk about his perfectionism and how, in fact, that's been impeding him noticing where he is successful, where in fact he is shining, and how he's navigating so much change. So I'm inviting you to emotionally take a look at, am I giving myself grace right now? Am I giving myself grace? And if not, it's important that you do, because we need to treat ourselves with kindness and with compassion, because this is the thing. How you treat yourself shows up in all your relationships. So if you treat yourself like a workhorse, guess what? Others will follow suit. Have yourself a beautiful day. Remember, you are a powerhouse.